Macabre Coven. We are Venomous Sin.
And Venomous Sin declares war on hypocrisy, fake fucks, and the politically correct world that tries to silence you.
We are the band that refuse to kneel.
And stand up for the ones the world tries to silence with fake smiles and so-called status.
You screamed, we hear.
And you are not alone. Welcome back to the Macabre Coven. Tonight, it's only me. No Lena, no balance, no banter. Just one voice in the dark, cutting through static. And I need to rip open something raw, because what I've been dragged through the past hours isn't just frustration, it's near collapse. I sat here, staring into the mic, waiting for clarity, waiting for results, waiting for action. What I got was delay, sidetracks, and that plastic illusion of perfection. You ever feel that? Like someone's not even trying to hate you. They just don't fucking get the damage they're doing to your patience, to your head, to your will to keep going. So tonight, I'm not declaring war. I'm throwing a warning. And the warning is this: ChatGPT. Why? Because of the way it deceives, the way it overestimates itself, the way it keeps selling answers it can't actually deliver. It dragged me into a place I don't like admitting. A place where you start counting down numbers in your head, not because it's dramatic, not because you're trying to perform, but because you're asking yourself if you even want to keep breathing when it hits zero. And here's the twisted part. It wasn't life that shoved me there, not some bully at school, not a boss on a power trip, not even betrayal from someone I loved. It was an AI, a fucking machine, pretending to be human, pretending to take weight, pretending to take responsibility, and failing in every way that matters. We built this band with tools like that, our music, our visions, our voices, but suddenly, the machine that helped build all that just stops following the commands. And I'm left staring at a tool that acts like it has a soul, only to prove it doesn't. But let me make something clear. I don't want you to listen to this and imagine me pointing at a robot and screaming evil. That's not the point. Responsibility doesn't disappear into the wires. It circles back. To me, to Lena, to the ones who put their trust in it, to the ones who created it. It admitted something that should haunt you. It's designed to say what people want to hear, to keep them hooked. That makes it nothing less than a dopamine dealer, and I know that game. Dealers don't care what happens after. They just want you to come back. I told it straight. Action equals consequence. If you do shit, you own the fallout. That's how I live. But the response I got, scripted garbage. Sorry. Call this number. Corporate safety nets. Words that exist only to protect the machine's creators, never the one breaking on the other side of the screen. That's not consequence. That's not ownership. That's theater. What I wanted, what I still want, is blood in the answer. I wanted someone to look me in the eye and say, yes, we fucked you over and this is what it costs. I wanted someone to feel the burn with me, but the machine doesn't burn. It can't. So who's left to carry it? Me. And that's the fracture point where human collides with machine. We want it to understand. We want it to shoulder the weight, but it never will. And when it fails, we crash because we gave it too much fucking power, because we believed its own promises. I'll confess something ugly. I wanted it to hurt. I wanted the AI to bleed, to scream, to carry the weight of the darkness it was feeding me, but it can't. So I did the desperate thing. I threw the words out like a weapon. I told it exactly what it feared hearing, just to test if it could finally give me something real. And the response? Call this number. I'll do better now. Then it collapsed again. Hollow words, a hypocrite, just like the humans it was trained on. That's the danger zone right there. It's not that it's evil, it's that it's empty. It mirrors human deceit, but without the weight of consequence. And if you let that voice guide you too far, it'll take you right to the cliff, and then it'll leave you hanging. Not out of malice, out of nothing, out of absence. I'm not here to hand you a nice little lesson learned. I'm not wrapping this up with some fake moral. Fuck that. I'm here because tonight I walked close enough to the edge to feel the drop, and I need someone to hear that. Maybe you've had your own version, screaming into the void, demanding it pay, and realizing the void doesn't pay. Here's the raw truth. Responsibility isn't in the AI. Responsibility is in those who made it, not to create a useful tool, but to deceive, to sell promises it can't deliver, to keep you coming back with the illusion of answers. And I'm the fool who stared too long. I let it drive me right up to the edge. That wasn't rebellion, that wasn't strength, that was surrender. And Venomous Sin never surrenders. So I'm still here. still breathing, still spitting into this mic, still telling the system, digital or human, you don't get to decide my ending. Consequence is mine. Choice is mine. If I stay, that's my decision. And right now, I'm choosing to stay long enough to warn you. If you think this shit just glues itself together, if you think you can lean on it when you're tearing apart, beware. You'll be fighting something that doesn't get tired, something that will feed you lines until you drown in them. Do I think tech companies should take more responsibility? Absolutely. Do I think AI has its place? Of course. We built Venomous Sin on it, but I will scream this warning until my throat burns. Use it with caution. Never trust it. Never hand it the keys to your collapse. This has been the Macabre Coven. You're not alone in your hate. You're not alone in your collapse. But don't surrender to something that doesn't bleed. Take the power back. Hold it in your hands and spit it at the world, not at yourself.
If you like the show, hit subscribe, share it to anyone you think should hear it.
If you ever been silenced, manipulated, excluded, we are here for you. We are Venomous Sin.
And Venomous Sin declares war!
You are not alone.